Hello, welcome to the stream. It's a beautiful Saturday, so let's hope we can get some nice gaming as well. Welcome, welcome everybody. And let's go for some PvP. Will be horrible probably. Weekend is always, I feel like, even worse. Because there are more variety of people that are playing is way higher. And now it's in the morning on EU. And I think there is almost no one queuing. But maybe we get some fun matches. We will also do giveaways later, so be sure to stick around. Have a lot of stuff to give away. So this week on YouTube I released actually a build guide about the Sage Tempest build. I will try, if I can make it work, I will also play it here. It's a really fun build. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. And the current meta is actually quite interesting. There are quite a lot of viable builds. Even supports have multiple possibilities, which is really interesting because that's not normally the case. Especially on support, you only have one meta build most of the time because it's just superior than the other supporters. But actually, currently you can play Chrono, you can play Tempest for sure, those two. But you can even play some Warrior if you really feel like it, or some Firebrand. They are worse than the other two, but oh no. 2 words. 2 Condi words. Oh no. We don't have a side node. I mean, maybe, yeah, they are side node possibly. Very interesting. Let's see. I think this might be an Elementalist game. So either the Sage Tempest build or a full support. I think I will go full support because we have some damage already. But it's a risky play, because support is always, especially with people that are not that experienced, it can feel horrible. Let's see. As always, I try to explain what I do, but sometimes I have to concentrate very hard. I'm not the best player, of course, so I might not be able to talk and explain everything, movement and decision I make here. Welcome Skywolf, welcome to the stream. So, we're playing Support Tempest. I'm not sure if that's the correct decision, but that's what we are doing. Kill this, kill this. Yeah. Nice, we got a kill. So... or ranged. Interesting. We got... wait, please don't get decapped here. So we got a kill close. I think in a fine position at this point. No, please don't get the res here. You've captured Lion. That was a good dodge. I'm not sure. I don't want to go on point here because then I have two people on me. Right now. Okay, that's a power block Mirage build. Really old school. With the Condi Mirage, I mean. So we're still in a fine spot. We just have to be careful that our Necromancer doesn't die here. I mean, it's not a good 2v2 that we are in, but I think we have more damage over time. If it's a Condi Reaper at least. If it's a Power Reaper, I think they will be done. But it looks like a Condi Reaper. You've captured the field. You've lost Dragon.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
Okay, I got him. I had to go for the Fire Cliff because I will rest again. Very good. Have to be careful, the power block Mirage is on me. Okay, they're all on me. What is my Necromancer doing? He's capping. Okay, I guess he was pressured as well. Oh, that's a really tough one. Really tough. Yeah, welcome guys to the stream. Just some really painful morning queues to start it off. Maybe some interesting matches. Currently this match looks really close. I'm really happy about that. Oftentimes there are big storms in the morning because there are not that many people playing and the matchmaking is just not living up to the name. I don't have a glyph yet, so I will try to get as much out as I can. Red team has obtained an artifact. Yeah, this guy's dead. I'm not sure. I should not be here. That was a very good power lock, for sure. I really hate that element swap also counts as a skill. I can't cleanse the confusion because I can't swap elements. And if I try, I will instantly die. Ah, it hurts so much. It hurts so much. This was a big throw. I think I would have died anyway because I had Torment and I couldn't cleanse it. It's horrible. It feels horrible. Now we are probably in a bad spot because my team is just running out one after the other. Losing the whole map now. I mean, we can try to fight this, but it doesn't look very good. If they overcommit here, I think they actually are. This guy is dead. I will now go for the decap. That's a really greedy play. Oh my god, this guy just got bursted. Come here, come here, come here. Okay, we actually killed them because they really overcommitted hard. I was smart to fight in directly in front of the spawn. I guess I can get some help to them.
You've captured Lion. You've captured the field.
Hello, Chrono. I'm good. I'm very good. Hope you are doing well as well. So please don't die on me here. I mean, we are not in a good spot here because... Okay, maybe we are. I get the decap. Ha, clean. Did not expect that, but on the other side of the map my team died, so... Not nice, not nice.
Blue team has obtained an artifact.
It's insane. I die against every single people. It's crazy. I don't know. They engage on me and I'm dead. And I guess I'm not really sure what we are doing here. We were in a good spot, but then they outnumbered us and we instantly died. Oh, it's really hard. That's what I mean. This feels so bad as a support. I play really badly, don't get me wrong. But if I played, for example, a Willbender here or something that can carry the fight, I think I would have been in a much better spot. Because my team is just dying randomly, like this guy, he's dead. I get the glyph here, but for what we are, I shouldn't have glyphed probably. This is he did die in a fair 2v2, that's okay. But he will die again, I guess. I mean, we can win this. It's for sure not lost yet. But why is my Guardian leaving them in a 1v2? It's just insane. What is he doing?
You've captured the field.
So I will not cap here because I'm a support. I want to be with the team and not capping. This guy is dead. Maybe I can get the rest. Very good, I got the rest. But I guess we get decapped here then. No, they decide to leave. That's an interesting leave. Oh, I can't help this probably. It's a power hub, so we will get the kill probably. Oh, the condies. Oh, the condies.
You've lost dragon.
I think I have him. The burn might kill him. Doesn't have a cleanse. No. Oh my gosh. I can't win this. It's unwinnable, I guess, at this point. And the chat is really toxic, so we should... be happy to not see it. It's insane how bad people are, I feel like, oftentimes even more toxic than really good people. It's crazy. Yeah, thanks everybody. I had a nice day so far. I think this is it's a sad part of the day that I lose this match. It would have been free actually if we played something else, I think. Not support. But that's just how it goes.
Red team has obtained an artifact.
How much do I lose for this? Just wanted to see. 15, okay. I guess that could have been way worse. 15 is okay. Welcome everybody to the stream. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I don't want to, you know, generalize it, but I have the feeling that people that are really good are just, you know, you don't write in chat at all because it doesn't help, you know, you can't change it anyway. I think they have accepted that people are just playing the game and some of them are really bad. But the bad people always think, oh, I'm not the problem, the others are the problem. And then they write more in chat than they play. And this is a big problem, I feel like. Because if you are, you know, if you're not experienced, it's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that. But when people then think they are the best, even though they are not, it's just not feeling good if they want to explain you something. I don't say I'm a good player. I think I'm a okay player. Otherwise I wouldn't be in Platinum, you know. But I think I've never write in chat and explain stuff. The only thing I actually write in chat is, for example, if someone is capping with me or something and I really want them to leave or something, or I take a 1-on-1 that they should be in. So this kind of stuff. But I'd never write something like you are bad or something that doesn't help anyone. Exactly. I think if you blame others, it's not helping, you know. It's you have to try to play better because that's the only thing you really can change. I think I played this match not very good, but to be honest, I'm not sure if I would have made a big difference if I played support, even if I played it perfectly. Just because you could see my team was losing 1v2s or 2v1s on close all the time. And if I outnumber them, we will be outnumbered on the rest of the map even more. So I'm not really sure if I can carry this match as a support. So I think that the right decision would have been to go for a really hard carry build like a Willbender, a Condi Reaper or something that deals a lot of damage and can win 2v2s, 3v3s or something. And it's also, I mean, the enemy Mirage was not good. But if it would have been a good Mirage, I would have big problems because all my skills are actually really long casts that are really important. For example, the Glyph, my Water Overload, my healing skill. And if I can't cover them with stability, and even if I can, they can actually remove the boons and then interrupt me anyway. So Mirage would have, a good Mirage would have been a big problem for me as a support. But I, of course, did not know. I mean, no one actually plays this build anymore. Most of the time, people play the power build, and I'm quite good against the power build. Exactly, Kenji, that's correct. It's in Guild was the same. You have 5 people on a team, and sometimes you have to just think that the team is worse, and you can't carry it as a single person. It's sad, but I feel like that's just, if you have a low population, some matches are really hard. That's just how it goes. But like I said, I will never say this match is lost. I try to really think, okay, how can I improve and stuff. Of course, at some point, you know, you can say, okay, they are 300 points ahead. It's very unlikely that we will win. Of course, that's a very true statement. But at some point, I also think I'm here to get better. And this match was definitely okay for that. I could have played better and learned something from it. It's way better than if I get a stomp 500-0, you know. This is in any direction, you know. So if I win or if I lose, it doesn't matter. Matches like that are not fun to me. So let's hope we get some close match again, and this time we hopefully can carry it, or at least make even better decision, let's say. So I said we wanted to do some giveaways. Last time it didn't work, this time it will. I checked it. So here's the giveaway. On Twitch, just type !enter in the chat. After this match we will draw the first winner. And it should be up now. Yes. I think Chrono, you were before I started the giveaway, so I think you have to do it again, sorry. Okay, we have... Oh my god, it's the same team. Is it the same team? I think it's exactly the same team. No, this one was in our team. Is it Sufish? Yeah, okay. So we have Sufish playing Necromancer. Yeah, we will draw the winner after this match. Okay, so what are we playing here? Let's think. I don't want to play support here again. Feels really bad. Maybe I play Sage, so I have some support. Because against the Necromancer it feels so bad. So many Necromancers around. Really hard. I think it's a Willbender match. Just because Necromancer is not especially good against Willbender. And I feel like I have to play some DPS here. Let's see if we can make it work. I mean, let's see. So, Chrono, I think the raid population is lower, is higher than the PvP population. But it's hard to say what you say as a population. So, would you define someone that plays one match PvP per week as being part of the population, or would you say you have to play daily? You know. So I have to concentrate here because, of course, there are against a lot of people on you. But we got a kill here. Typical Willbender. Just kill them, I guess. So we have to go for this guy now. He's dead. Then we can catch this guy. It's a Sage Tempest, so it does some damage, but yeah, it's dead. But we got a... How did this guy die? Okay. It's still the power block Mirage with Condi. So this should be a really easy target. We should always go for this guy. Because he doesn't have any sustain. That's the problem. This is why this build is not playable. Because you don't have any sustain.
You've captured the field.
Okay, we have 3 people down here. He's playing sword. Okay, that's a cook. I have to be careful here because they will be on the respawn. Yeah.
You've captured the field.
Just was the right decision to leave because I can't take that because he's a 1-on-1er, I'm not. And they also have respawns, so you have to be really careful here. So I will get to the population after this match because I think I have to concentrate here for a bit. should be nice damage here. Have to be a bit careful just to not get punished for wasting all my... Okay, I can focus on this guy. Wasting all my virtues. Okay, I think we have Suffish and he doesn't have anything left.
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
Okay, he did not rally. That would have been a really good rally, for sure. Nice, I got twice the emob, that's why I got so much damage off here. Was a really good sword 5, I have to say. If you hit 2 people with it, it immobilized 2 people, even though it's a single target skill.
You've captured Lion. Red team has obtained
So I don't use my signet here, because it will passively condense conditions. It's really important. If you can hold on to it, you should, because the passive is really good. Might have gotten him? No. I tried to contest. I mean, we should probably kill one of those guys here and make sure. Suffish will get onto Shroud now.
You've captured Lion.
Why is he not going into Shroud? He will die for it. Okay.
You've lost the field.
Okay, we have this guy. I think I should stay here because they are all on respawn. But I also want to get the decap, just to deny them even more points. But we are in a good spot here, definitely.
You've captured Dragon.
So I think the population in PvP is, if you say the casual people that just play once a match or something, then it's quite high. But people that are really mostly or only playing PvP is around 500, I would say, over both servers. It's not high. And or let's say 1000, you know, in total maybe. But the raid population is probably higher if you look at people that playing raids most of the time, once a week. What is he playing? Time Warp? Word?
Artifacts are accruing power. The artifacts have reached maximum power.
I'm against 3 people here, okay. That was a good passive cleanse. I got 10 confusion and I got all of them cleansed. I mean, it's not the Condi build, but still. Please, just let me alone.
Red team has obtained an artifact.
I'm so dead. It's not even funny. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Yes, I think whoever made that statement, I think it's not true. I think raids are way more populated. At least now with the new raid, people are really interested in raids, I guess, to some extent. I think it's still a small percentage of people that are really playing raids. But I think it's higher than the percentage of people playing PvP. Good morning, good morning. Fatty Casual, welcome to the stream.
You've lost Lion.
Yeah, you see, if I have a lot of damage on my build, then I can also carry the fights. But like I said, this match probably... I'm not sure. We would probably have won that anyway, so I have to be honest. That's at least my feeling. I could also have played support here. But it's fine. It's fine. It was a fun match, I would say. It's Sage Tempest in a nutshell. If you don't have your protection up, you're dead. You're so dead. I also have the sword buff, that helps a lot. Willbender with sword buff is horrifying. So he has stability. Top player healing. Interesting. Is a Willbender. Yeah, I played support Tempest before. How much did I get actually for this? 11. Okay. So I played support Tempest before and it was horrible. It felt so bad. And so that's why I wanted to have some damage, you know. Oh, instant pop. That's gonna be interesting. Very interesting. Welcome everybody to the stream. I hope you have a nice weekend. So, giveaway winner. Be sure to enter the giveaway. Exclamation mark enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. I will draw the winner when I load it in. No, I can't. I can't draw the winner after the match. Sorry, I did not expect it to be that fast, the queue. So you have 10 more minutes. But still, we will give away around 50 gold or something in skins that I got from my opening. I still have a lot of them lying around. Thanks for the follow, Chester, Bori, and Boosus. Sorry for butchering your names. So I agree. If you have a support that has some kind of, you know, I think Druid might have more value in a ranked match to some extent, because you can also just play side note. But I really like Tempest. I think Tempest is so fun. And you have to type exclamation mark enter, not giveaway. Yeah. It's also, you can see it on the top right hand corner of your screen. So what do we have here? Oh, I have to say I'm 2 Tempests. I mean that's a Necromancer game, I have to say. No, it's fine. No problem. I'm just telling you because otherwise you will not be able to win, which is sad, you know. If I see 2 Elementalists in the enemy team, it's always really good if I run a Necromancer, because especially Condi Reaper, you have so much chill application with your Relic of the Reaper that Elementalists get so hard punished, you know. They have so many skills and all of them have a lower cooldown. So Condi Reaper is such a good pick most of the time. Of course they have a lot of cleanses, but you also have a lot of Condi application. And they have a Renegade, whatever that build is, a Core Guardian, I think, and there's maybe a Support Chrono. So I think we have a nice free cast, and we have Nana in our team, monthly AT winner. So it should probably be a good match. I'm against 3 people. It's a Burn Guard. This is interesting because I can actually corrupt the boons here. Not the boons, the condis back to them. But I'm against 3 people. They just left me, my team. Really sad. Okay.
You've taken the market.
I try to go for the decap here now. If Nana holds them at a 1v2, I can actually go for the decap. Actually, he got the res perfect. And now I can leave. Did not expect that they will get the rest there. But they are far 3 people against 1. That's why we're winning the whole map. I try to hold mid now, but my team is not rotating here, so I will be hard outnumbered.
The plaza is lost.
It's a... Holy shit, that's a cook. It's a Staff Tempest and a Support Chrono.
Prove your worth and gain my
Oh,
favor.
the damage. Okay, they are following me, so I'm dead. I guess I hold the point against 3 people for quite a while. It's fine. I saw the video. I have to be honest, I did not watch all of it yet. I think it's a very good idea to make to differentiate between solo play and group play, because I feel like nowadays, especially with the Celestial change, group play is way more important to differentiate, because some builds are just really good in group play and you will not be able to get any outnumbers going, because it's just people are running around in a group that is made for running around in a group, if you know what I mean. And therefore I would say most of the things he said I would agree with. Some of the, for example, he said solo roaming, Willbender is S tier. I know this statement. I had it in my head. And I would say yes, it's a good build, but it depends a little bit on what you want to do. For example, if you want to go for 1-on-1s and stuff, I would say Willbender is quite good. But if you want to win outnumbered fights, I think Willbender is actually not that good. If you have somewhat decent opponents, you will not be able to survive for long. Something like this. So I think it would be really interesting to talk and discuss tier lists with people that also make tier lists, you know, because I'm not someone who is really rigid on my opinion. If I get some good arguments from them, and then I will also change my opinion, you know. But it's a lot of damage. I mean, I take.
You've secured the pier.
How many people are on me? So in general, I would say most of the statements I would agree with that I heard so far. I'm not sure if I would place everything the same. Would be really interesting. Maybe I compare it to my tier list that I made a few weeks ago, and just think about it if I would change something now.
You've lost the market.
Oh, that's in a really tough spot here. I can't fight this.
You've yielded the pier. I am readying my arena.
Welcome, Harp. Welcome to the stream. It's actually quite interesting matches so far. I wouldn't say it's going badly, actually. And it's a nice Saturday morning for me, so there's that. Did he just pop his... What? He popped his water overload and instantly abandoned it. Cancelled it. That's crazy. Why would you do that?
You've lost the market.
I guess to die.
My arena awaits. Prove your worth and gain my favor.
What is my necromancer doing? Please, can you just get the res? Okay, at least Nana hit me. Very good. Yeah, I think he meant Willbender and group is a nice DPS. I think that's what he meant to say, in the sense that in a group of 2, 3, 4, 5 people, it's like in Conquest, you know, you have a DPS and you have a support, and then the DPS gets more value because he doesn't need to have a lot of Condi cleanses, a lot of defensive tools, because your support can cover them. I think this is what he meant, and Willbender is a good option for that. But I agree that it might not be, there are different options, and some of them might even be better in World vs. World, to be honest. Welcome, Palencha, welcome. So, please get... Yes, I got it. It's a burn guard. So why is he not applying burn to me? Please apply some burn. So sad. It's one of the most satisfying feelings you can get if you transfer the burn back to them. They get instantly downed by it because they had so much on me. So I would say currently I'm in a good spot. Actually, I like where I'm going with PvP right now. But I would say the last few days are horrible. So I would recommend to you not playing tomorrow and the day after that, because it feels so bad. People are so toxic, even more than normal. And people are... If there are win trades, those are the days where you get win traders. So I don't like it, and that's why I'm playing today, the last time for this weekend for sure. Yeah, so... Yeah, sure. Glad to have you here all the time. No, I would say Staff Tempest is really fun in World vs. World. That's one of the things that I really enjoy. I also will release a build guide, I think, somewhere next week about this build, because it's such a fun build, Staff Tempest. And that's what I would also say, for example, in Valence tier list, that Staff is really bad in small scale, in solo. But as soon as you get some allies, Staff is really good. On Elementalist in general, but on Tempest in particular. So I really think some of the tier list statements I don't agree with. But for the most part, I would say the general direction would be the same. What is he? This is a cook. This is such a crazy cook. He's playing Staff, Hammer, Renegade. That's actually insane. Yeah, I think if you look at the top 10 now, you know those people are probably not the top 10. Just because they are showing already. It's not only about win trading, it's also about hiding until the last second so that people don't know who to snipe or what, you know. There will be people like last season where have 2k of rating, you know.
You've lost the market.
So they are really holding on to this node. It's crazy. Nice. I think this is it. I think the problem is that you are talking about here, Filthy Casual. I think it works really. I think you can get immobilized or something in the vapor form, of if you're down by the in Elementalist. I think the vapor form is not a real invulnerability. You can get stunned to some extent, and I think you can also get immobilized. So it's worse than the skill that you can equip as an Elementalist. And I think you will also die to the conditions before, so you can die to the conditions that you already have on you. So it's a little bit weird how it works. I don't know. I think I agree it should not be like that, but I think it's just not how it works. Okay, now we do the giveaway. So everyone that's not entered yet, !enter. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And we will give away those 3 skins here. So I think actually a lot of people currently open Blackline chests because of the sale and stuff. So they might go down in price, but maybe you don't have them. Yes, I agree. It should not be like that. They should change it because it's the best downscale option to reposition, and it's really weird that it's so clunky to some extent. Okay, so we have some contestants. Let's see who is the winner this time. And don't worry, if you don't win, we will get another giveaway soon. So the winner is Skywolf. Please let me know your account name in chat. And then we will go for the next giveaway in a second. Congrats. And then I will go directly to the next giveaway. Sure, no problem. So the giveaway is up. !enter in the chat. Really, Palencio, that's lucky. But I think it's deserved because a lot of people actually want this, and it's actually a good skin. And if you have the luck, then why not? You know. Yeah, I mean, I got it. I don't know if you were in the stream, but I opened 2,000 Blackline keys, and I had 2,000, so I knew I would get it in the end. You know, but of course, as a streamer or someone that has so many keys, I got it after 16 keys. So all the people in chat said, oh my god, you're lucky, you know. And then I opened all my Blackline chests, and in the end, I did not get any permanent contracts or something. So I would say everyone that told me I'm lucky is just delusional, you know. So yeah. I would say I'm not lucky in this game, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I would say that there is a possibility that you don't get a contract when you open this many, but I would say it's around 10% or something. I did the math, and it's just really insane how little luck I had. But I will release today. So be on the lookout on YouTube. I will release a video today where I calculate everything together. So it's a little bit of a math video about how much I invested, how much gold I made back instantly, so that you can say, okay, Blackline keys gives you this amount of gold back, you know, so 1 key is worth that. And in the end, I calculated all the stuff that I got that you can't really calculate, you know, that you can't liquefy that easily. And if you calculate all the stuff together with the wardrobe unlocks and stuff, I made a lot of gold. I will also show my account value, how far it went up and stuff. So it's a really, let's say, heavily researched video, and I hope you enjoy it, because a lot of people actually asked for exactly that, so that I calculate how worth it is for me to do this and show my account value before and after and stuff. So it's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely in the sense rigged, but I think all the gambling, you know, not only in games, but also in the real world, is rigged to the extent that the bank or the the company wins, you know. Otherwise they wouldn't. Why would they do it, you know? They want to make money out of you. So that's just how it works. Yeah. Crazy. There are so many people that tell me that they get the spear so fast. It's insane. I'm not sure what's the probability for it is, but it feels like people get it really fast. Yeah, but I think it's fine, because this is one thing that I would criticize, is that this, if you want this skin, the only option to get this skin is by going into the blackline chests and opening them, you know. There is no way to get it right now other than that, and this is a bad thing, you know. Normally you can buy stuff with stat shreds and stuff, but at this point you don't get it. In the future, of course, when they update the blackline chests and the spear leaves, you can buy it with stat shreds, but until then you have to get the spear like this, and this is not good, you know. People might spend hundreds of keys to get the skin and don't get it. Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the spear is really fitting for Elementalist or Guardian. Those two are really fitting. So it's a really nice skin for sure. So I'm really interested. Do you guys? Did you guys do the raid already? The new one? Did you beat it? How was your impression of it? Would be really interested to see, because I beat it with my group, but a lot of people told me it's really hard, and it would be really interesting to get some, you know, opinions on that. If you like the difficulty or if it's not, because I wanted to make a video about it and reviewing it, and it's not fair if I only do my opinion. I also want to hear other people's opinion, because I might have a different view and want to just make a more general statement, you know. Okay, so work in progress, which is fine, I guess. Especially when people figure out the mechanics and you can watch some guides and stuff, it gets easier for sure. And they will also, I think that the next patch, they will also nerf Decima, so this is interesting as well. I think they made a big mistake in the sense that they released the raid in the difficulty as it is. I think it's too difficult for the really casual raiders, and therefore people might not get into the raid, even though it's just a normal mode. So I would say they should have gone for easy normal mode, and then increase the difficulty quite harshly with the CM and the LCM. But they will now nerf Decima after they already released the raid, so they are getting to the same conclusion as I am. And this is really bad, in my opinion, that you release it hard and then nerf it later, because then people still will not clear it because they think it's still hard and they don't try it again. So, for the casual, currently I want to do a community guild. I will probably do it at the beginning of next year. I have to come up with it, and then we can make a small guild adventure as our community. So, but it's not yet set up. Why is this guy not engaging? Okay. Did I get hit by one attack yet? What was that? Yeah, sure. I will inform you on YouTube, of course, everyone that is interested in joining. Yeah, so I think they should have done the raid easier, for sure. That's my statement I would make. But I like the raid design. I got a lot of people that wanted new raid bosses, so that it's not always the same reused asset. But I would say I agree, it would have been cooler, of course, but at the same time, if we have the decision between reused assets or no raid at all, I would say, of course, go for the reused assets, you know. That's just how it is. Yeah. Let's see, maybe we can get some Zerg action going and I can show you some stuff. Tempest gameplay. Because that's what I really enjoy, especially when you have a cloud and you get a lot of value from just your support and your damage that you deal passively, and you don't have an organized squad. Really nice. But you see, that's what I meant. This build is really strong. It has a lot of damage. It's really nice for 101s to some extent that are, you know, not the typical fair 101s, but like this. Okay. Let's see, it's playing probably power or something. Power mace. How did that hit me? Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. But like I said, this build is really good in 101s where they are not playing a typical 101 build. For example, if I play against a good Spellbreaker, I'm not sure if I would win. You know, because my build doesn't have that much sustain. I would run away in the end, probably, because I can't kill them, and they will kill me after some time. And if you go compare that with a other roaming build, for example, a Signet Catalyst or a Celestial Harbinger or something like that, you don't have a problem in 101ing because your build is really strong, but at the same time, you are really good against people that are outnumbering you because you still have enough sustain that you can not die in one hit and then survive and maybe kill someone after that, you know? So I would say Willbender in S tier for solo roaming is with a big but, because if you as soon as you get outnumbered, you get punished really hard. If you can't kill both of them because they stack or all of the enemies, then you are dead because you don't have that much sustain. So that's why I would say it's not the best roaming build for sure. Yeah, I think Firebrand solo builds are doable. I think I can come up with something or research some good stuff. But I would say it's probably worse than Willbender. Just because it is not aggressive. You have a lot of defensive options, which makes the build okay. But in the same time, as a solo build, you also want to deal enough damage. And I think Firebrand is just a little bit on the lacking side of damage. Which is okay, because it's a big support build. But yeah. I can come up with something, for sure. So, I wanted to play some Elementalist. So, let's see. Yeah, I mean, Paladin build makes to some extent. I mean, it's okay if you look at PvP and World vs. World have the same idea to some extent. You fight other players, so I would say you can run it, but for sure it's not the best option. I think I can come up with something that works to some extent. Nothing. No one is here. Maybe we can get some action. I have some spicy videos also planned for the future. So some spicy streams first to start with. I want to do 23 legendaries in one go. I will do that at the end of December. I will save up some money and then I will do 23 legendary armor pieces at once, because that's the last legendary skins for armors that I need. Okay, this is a dagger. Oh no, that's not a dagger. It's a lot of damage. It's a Tempest with the damage trade. Interesting. Where did they go? There. Very nice. I think Firebrand for competitive modes is in a bad spot if you are a Firebrand fan and you want to play some more hybrid approach, you know. Back in the time there was a Sage Firebrand, so that you deal a lot of burn damage and you are not only focusing on support. But I would say currently Firebrand is only support. There is not a big thing that you can do to make a really good Condi or power build. I would say it's okay. Don't get me wrong, you can play it, and I will probably come up with a build that is playable for roaming. But it will be worse probably than a Willbender or other options, for sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you go with a PvE build, then you will not get a fast clear time of the camp, which is obviously makes sense. Now we have, what is this? It's winnable. It's just annoying. Please let me alone. Please let me alone. He's kiting me so good that I will die for it, for sure. Ah, that's just dagger in a nutshell. If they can kite you, I die. Oh, and now he is letting me bleed. I hate that.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise.
So I think World vs. World, a ring is actually doable. I would say if you play World vs. World 1 hour every day, you will get there in a few weeks. I think if you play 1 hour every day, I think this is actually fine. of course, it's not really fast, but yeah, I mean, the problem, yeah, I think it's fine. If you play mostly World versus World, it's actually quite doable. I think a few weeks, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, depending on how much you already have. I think it makes sense to go for something like that, because a ring is useful on every single class that you will play in the future, so it's a really good investment. And it's not that annoying. You just play World versus World and you will get it in the end. I would recommend to do it, actually, if you have fun playing World vs. World, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it might be 3 months. I have to be honest. I think it's somewhere in between of 1 to 3 months, somewhere in between those. But you can get it faster. For example, if you... Nowadays, I think the tickets should be the big problem. If you don't get to the maximum tickets every single week, then you might take longer. But you can nowadays get tickets by going for defense events and stuff, or more events like that in the future. So how many invulns does this guy have? It's just annoying. It's just annoying. He has 2 invulns while I don't have any. I think now I have him. Yes, I think that the tickets are actually the biggest cap, but I would say if you play 1 hour per day, it's actually doable. It's not that big of a problem, you know. You get quite a lot of pips and tickets just by playing 1 hour every day. I would say that should be fine. Definitely. Oh, they are in Stone Mist. Maybe we can defend it. Yeah, I think the raid ring is also good to do. I think all of the accessories that are doable without having a real big grind attached to it, like Aurora or Vision, are quite easy to make. They just need some time commitment to the game mode that you get it from. So I think this is fine. Yes, I think Palencho, everyone will get the new spear in 2 weeks, I think. Because it's actually really easy to see how many people are interested in it. And you can look at it. And now it's around 4k. Next week it will be around 3k. And the week after that it will be a normal legendary. Oh no. And I think it's good that it's... Oh no, they're all coming. That's a power soul beast. I can fight this. Nice. Yes, I think it is the smartest way to approach the Legendary Spear is to sell the first week of shards to make the money, and then go for the spear itself after a few weeks. This is definitely the way. Yeah, I agree. I would have actually said it's 100% sure that they will not be sellable, the legendaries again. But apparently I'm wrong. It's not what Renenet wants. So I guess that's how it's their game, you know. But I'm really surprised that it's sellable. Exactly. I would say that's the smart move to get all the stuff that you need that is account bound and go for it. And then when you still have some stuff that is not in your possession after you did this, that you can buy, you can decide if you want to buy it or if you want to get it yourself. Definitely. So now I think I have to decrease my graphics settings. No, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So really, you got 4 Oreen legendaries out of it. That's insane. Then you made a really good deal. Definitely. That's really cool. For sure. I think this is the smart move because patient people always win in the end. You know, you get way more gold out of it. Yeah, big. That's a big group. But I think the spear skin is nice. I will definitely go for it. But I agree, it would have been cooler if it's not sellable. But at the same time, I think they wanted to... I think the big decision why they made it sellable is that you can get more of them. So that, because it's designed in a way, not like the Generation 2 legendaries. You can get multiple ones of the spear and then sell it. And that makes the content of those maps more replayable, you know, because people replay the hearts now forever. Because you get the stuff that you need from it for the spear, you know, and then you can sell it. So you will always have people doing the hearts, doing the meta events and stuff to get the currency. This was their goal. Because if you just can do it once, everyone will do it once and then it's done. You know, there is no one else that will repeat it after that. There's no reason to do it. But now there is a reason. So this is for sure a smart way to make sure that Chantier Wilds and the 2 new maps, or the 2 old maps, so to say, have a really high longevity. And I think this is good. But I agree, it would be cooler if it's somewhat prestigious in the sense that you made a journey and you were able to... Sorry, I have to survive here. You were able to get it, and even though it's not, you know, crazy, you don't have to play a really difficult raid boss or something, but in the end, it's still more prestigious than just buying it from the TP. I totally get that, yeah. And also, that's a good point by Akira, for sure. If they make it sellable, there is more gem to gold transactions, and therefore this price stabilizes, or people buy more gems to get more gold, for sure. This is always a big reasoning, and I think this is just the crux, you know, why people or why we don't have a subscription fee. We have to make decisions like this, you know, that we get sellable legendaries. If we would have a sub game, I think the decision would have been different, because people would say, I mean, I play the game to play the game. I don't want to spend real money to get skins. That's different then. But in the same, now we are living in a universe where Guild Wars 2 is a microtransaction game, and we don't get any, let's say, really prestigious rewards that are, except from titles, I would say, that you can get in-game only. There are some, of course, don't get me wrong. I think it's quite okay balanced in that sense, but that's just how it is, you know. For example, the spear skin that is in the Blackline chest is let's say, one of the, if not the coolest skin that we had in a long while, but it's a Blackline item. It's not a legendary or something, even though it looks almost like it. So that's just how it works, you know, that's how they make gold. So no, that's true. Chuka and Champavat, Hope, Astrolaria, and Nevermore, those are probably the best legendaries they ever released. Not by skin, maybe by skin as well, but mostly because of the really, they pull all the time. That's insane. They are really organized. Yeah, those are probably the coolest legendary, because you have to go for the journey, and if you see someone running around with Chuka Champavat or something, you know, they did the journey, they had the same experience. It's really cool. I agree. No, I think, don't get me wrong, I think this is fine. This is just how they make money, and I have to accept it, you know. I would say better have it like this than anything else, because they will just make bad business decision in the end if they change stuff like that. So I think it's totally fine if you can buy and sell it. I agree, there is some, it's a little bit sad, but I think in the end it's fine, because better have a played game with a lot of people that is working quite well, the business is working, than having a dead game and no one plays it. Sure, that's just how it is. Yes, exactly. I think there is no... it's not the grind in game for 2k gold is not comparable to the amount that you would need to spend the gems on. That is true. For most people that get not even 20 gold per hour, a legendary is 100 hours of farming. You know, 100 hours of farming is insane. If you would, let's say, do some real money work, then you would get that way easier. But that's just my opinion, you know. If the farming is fun to you, you know, go for it, sure. But in the end, I would say if you're just looking for time, I made that statement before in a video. I got roasted for it. Some people were really unhappy that I said something like that, but it's the truth, you know. You will never get enough gold in Guild Wars 2 to buy all the stuff if you farm it with 20 gold per hour. It's just not possible. And I totally agree that the game is in a really good spot when it comes to how the microtransaction and stuff is balanced, especially with the new expansion model every year. I think we get a lot of good skins in the gem store, which is debatable if people like that. But we also get a lot of skins in game, you know, so that's fine. I think I'm totally fine with that. There is not a big reason to not do it, you know, to not have those splits and skins in game, you know. It's just my take, you know. I think the problem that a lot of people nowadays have with Guild Wars 2 is not even the transaction store. It's more like that the expansions are on a yearly cycle and we get an update every 3 months. But in the end, if you look at Soto and Chancevalds, those expansions are not really that crazy. They don't have that much content, you know. And let's see how the next 2 patches are of Guild Wars 2's updates. But in the end, I would say it might be less content than we had before. Even if you split, for example, Heart of Thorns or something in half, it might be less content than we had before. So there might still be arguments to make that they are working on Guild Wars 3 or another game. Yes, that might be the case. But in any case, I would say Guild Wars 2 receives less updates, less impactful updates than before. That might be true. I mean, Akira, I made actually a video about that. The most, so how is it called? I think how the richest people in Guild Wars 2 got that rich or something, you know? And you actually mentioned all three methods I said already. So I say get good at the game. So you play either sell raids or do, what's it called, PvP and farm a lot of ATs and stuff and monthly ATs. Then you get a lot of gold. Or win, for example, Teapots tournaments. Those give you a lot of gold as well. Or the next big step is doing something with the trading post. Not a lot of people like that because it's really boring, but it's way more lucrative. Yesterday I released a video about it. You can make up to 500 gold an hour if you know what you're doing. I did it before, so it's not a scam or something. I did it. And the last thing is, of course, if you want to get really rich in Guild Wars 2, you have to spend some real money. That's just how it is, you know. If you want to get really, really rich, really fast, real money is the way. And I think this is totally fine, because those people that are really big whales that spend a lot of stuff on Guild Wars 2, thousands even, yeah, of euro or dollar, I would say those people make the game playable for people that don't spend any money. And this is totally fine to me, you know. I think this is totally fine. And of course, if someone is, you know, struggling to stay alive because they don't make enough money with their job, then of course never spend money on a game. But if you're really rich and you are, let's say, an oil prince or something, why not, you know? I think this is, why should I be sad about someone financing my favorite game, you know? I think this is just a statement that is very true, and not a lot of people actually want to talk about it, but I think this is definitely how I see it, you know? So do we finally get them? Let's see. Exactly. I remember this actually, that there was a streamer that was really well known, or people really they gifted to him legendaries, and he was just playing Queensdale quests at the time. Yeah, I mean that can happen, and I think this is just, might feel unfair to some, but that's just how the world is, you know. That's just the sad part, you know. I think that's a totally valid point by Winslow here, that it feels not good for some people if you want to spend real money and convert it to gold. It feels like cheating. I think this is totally fair point to make. But at the same time, you have to see that other people that do that are enabling Guild Wars 2 as the game as it is, you know, that we don't have to spend a lot of real money to play the game, you know. Otherwise, we would have a transaction fee, we would have pay to win or something. You know, subscription fee, I mean. That's just how it is, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, if people really dislike farming in Guild Wars 2, but still want to have fun with a new skin, a new legendary, or some mount skin or stuff, let them spend their money, you know. You don't have to agree with that decision. But in my opinion, that's just how it is, you know. And we should accept it, because that's the important part. To play Guild Wars 2, I think you have to accept the game as it is, you know. It will never have a living esports scene, for example, because ArenaNet does not really invest money into this. So if you're looking for a game that is really highly competitive for PvP or World vs. World, Guild Wars 2 is not for you, you know. That is the thing. But if you accept the game for what it is, for amazing combat and having fun, you know, and maybe getting better at it, you know, you can still play competitive, but you will never get an esport game or something, you know. this is fine. I think that's the same with the microtransactions. If you accept the game for what it is, then you will have fun. But if you feel like it's cheap to spend money in the game, that's fair, but you should accept that it's the case in Guild Wars 2. I never looked into that, and it's actually crazy. Really, you can play. Yeah, I mean, one legendary $90, that makes sense actually. It's yeah, but still, I would not do that. I think that's I like to play the game and have something to work towards. But if other people like that, why not? You know, it's their decision. But I think it's definitely true that they want to prevent third-party gem and gold selling, because most of the time this comes from IFK farming, bots or something, and this is not something that they want in the game, for sure. You can buy, that is true, you can do that, but I think ArenaNet will be really fast to punish someone that they catch when they see that. Especially if you are in some, let's say, black market involved as well. So some, not only buying those gems, but also knowing how to do it, how to get this gold amount with bots and stuff. They'll be really fast to permaban you. That's definitely. I think that should never be the reason to save some money to go for the black market stuff. I would never do that. That's just stupid. If you lose your account, it's not worth it. And I think if you really want to save that much money, or I don't know how much it is, to be honest, but if you want to save some money, then maybe you should not spend at all. If that's the reason you are going for black market stuff because you can't afford it, then maybe you should not spend any money on Guild Wars 2, you know? Because if you can't afford to spend money, then you should not do it. That's just my assessment. Yeah, I mean, that's just bad if you get banned for something like that. That's just feels bad, you know, if you... Yeah, I wouldn't recommend to do anything like that, because ANET might not ban a lot of people for some stuff that is really affecting regular gameplay, but they are really, really fast when they see some stuff like bots or real money trading. If they find out, they will ban you for sure. Yeah, and especially, that's a good point there. Even if you spend the money, then and it works to some extent, as soon as it doesn't work anymore, all your money is lost anyway. So it feels even worse, you know. So you spend money on a game that you can't play, or at least not with this money that you spent. So it's just stupid, definitely. Yeah. I wanted to do some giveaways. I always forget, you have to remind me. So !enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. We do another giveaway. It's already up. I will draw the winner. Always forget when I'm talking about stuff like that, and so you have to remind me. Thanks for the follow, Ultimate Worst. We will do some skin giveaways, around 50 gold worth or something. So let's check which skins we have. Let's go for this one. Let's make 3 skins. I will pot back so that I don't get killed, and then we draw the winner. I'm on that belt. I'm currently playing Marauder because I don't want to always play Celestial. It feels boring to always go for Celestial. So this build is, that's why I died against the Tempest. If I would have been Celestial, I would have won, of course. But I think Marauder feels more fun. Okay, so now time is up. I will draw the winner. And Chestembarry, congrats to you. Please let me know your account name in chat. I will gift you this 3 skins. Hope you are still here. And don't worry, we will do more giveaways. Just finish this one and then I will start up the next. So, Justin Barry, if you're here, please let me know your account name. I will give you a minute or so, but if you're not answering, I have to reroll. Thanks for the follow, Toscan. Yeah, let's see. I mean, I have a lot of skins lying around, so we will do way more giveaways in the future, not only today, but all the other streams as well. They are all from my big adventure of opening 2000 chests, and I don't want and really care about them, so I will give away all of them. I think, so to come back to this build, I think it's really fun. It's quite tanky, even though you're running Marauder, because your dagger skills and your choices in the trade lines make you really tanky. But I would say it's not the best roaming build, because if you get outnumbered, you get punished really hard, because you are just very squishy. You don't have any toughness on the gear. I run some toughness here actually, just to counteract this, so that I can more roaming montages, you know, outnumbered stuff, but I don't know. I feel like this is a really fun build, but it might not be the best roaming build for sure. Okay, I guess Justin Dari is not here. Last call. Otherwise I will reroll. Yeah, Toscan, I mean, guess you made it in the right time then. I will reroll. You are back in. And the new winner is... Wait, let me... Sarua. Congrats to you. Please let me know your account name in chat. Don't worry guys, we will do another giveaway. So I hope you are at least here. Otherwise we have to reroll again. I guess people just enter and leave. That's sad. Ah, you are here. Perfect. So congrats. I hope this is the correct account name. And then we will start up the next giveaway. Give me a second before you spam the chat. And it's up. So next giveaway is up. And we will draw it when I remember in a few minutes. Again, exclamation mark end in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And just some skins. Maybe you don't have them. Otherwise you can just sell them. Or keep them. They might go up in price. So what did you write, Palencio? Let me check. Yeah, I think this is a big problem. That this dagger build is extremely tanky. I think you will see in the next ranked season and stuff, and the 2v2 seasons, this build will probably be run by a lot of people because it's so tanky, and at the same time you have so much damage on your burning speed, on your fire grab. This is actually crazy. I think it's fun. I think they have to be careful though that it's not overtuned, because it feels really bad if you have really hard hitting skills that you can dodge, but they have a cooldown of 10 seconds or something. If you have alacrity, it's even less. And it's so bad if you have to dodge every 5 to 10 seconds is an important skill. And that feels just really bad, because if they have other skills that you have to dodge, then you will not have enough endurance, you know. Yeah, State of Guild was 2, you're right. Currently it's really good chances to win. Which is fine. I guess I want to reward you as the really regular viewers. So let's see if we can capture Stone Mist this time. But I think Elementalist is in a really good spot. I think that's really interesting to see. They did not change that much. They did not change that much to Elementalist, but they actually made it really good in ranked at least. It's extremely strong. You have Tempest as a support. You have this hybrid Tempest build, where I released a video about just yesterday or the day before or something. And you have, of course, Catalyst with Dagger. You have maybe even Fresh Air Catalyst to some extent. The only thing that is not good is Weaver. I'm still sad that Weaver is not good, because Weaver is a really fun spec, in my opinion. But I think it's incredible that those small changes to the other classes made it so that this build is now, or those builds are now back in the meta. So Toscan, the add-on that I have here is from the Blishart. You can see here, this is the Blishart, and you can then change, get one of those, and then you get the World vs. World rank. I really like this just to see how efficient or how well my session was, you know. So I have a lot of kills, I have a lot of ranks already this season, this hour or something. I think that's a really nice add-on. It's just for me, you know, I like numbers, and yeah. You have to just download the Blishart, and then you have to connect your API key. Yeah. Exactly. And the cool thing is, it's not only World vs. World stuff. You can check every single stat. Let me check. So it's called Session Tracker, and you can see you can track a lot of other stuff as well. You can track, it's more, people mostly use it for farming, so you can track all the materials you got, how much money you got, and whatever, you know. It's really crazy what you can see. Oh no. But I use it to see my stats from the World vs. World stuff. Then don't get me wrong, I was talking about PvP, not World vs. World. I know that Weaver can be really strong in World vs. World, because it's the biggest damage you can actually get. What is this? Yeah. Currently, I think you can have some really crazy damage with a DPS cutter in Zergs, because you can double cast your Meteor Shower. But there is everyone. Is there someone here? Yeah. I was really a little bit disappointed with the World vs. World changes they made. There's no big updates, and there will not be a big update in the future. I think the next few months are not... They did not say anything about a new update, which is really sad, because I feel like that would have been really cool if they changed the reward structure. But I mean, I guess that's how it goes. They have other stuff on their mind, apparently. Yeah. I'm a little bit sad about it because I feel like I would play a lot of World vs. World if there would be some really incentive to go for it, to help your team, to have a really big guild and stuff. But the siege changes and the defense event changes are the biggest changes they made, and that's okay. Don't get me wrong. I like the changes, but they are, I think, not enough. You know, that you can play
I chose you.
competitively, for sure. There is no incentive to play competitively. I actually don't know how strong or how changed the siege is, but I have the feeling siege is really good. Also because people were spending a lot of gold to get siege. Because of the changes they made to it, then you can now transfer them or transmute them or whatever, that you get, for example, just exchange them for the other type. But they are all quite expensive. I think one of them is around 5 silver or something. I think not a lot of the old stuff was actually that expensive. Yeah, I think World vs. World is such a unique feature of Guild Wars 2. Not a lot of people actually know about it, but World vs. outside of Guild Wars 2, I mean. But Guild Wars 2 has, I think, the best open world PvP, large-scale open world PvP. And if you enjoy the combat and played it once, Guild Wars 2, then oftentimes you will come back, and I totally get that. And the cool thing is, even if you don't have the newest expansions, it doesn't matter. You can just play and have fun and play the old stuff. And some of it is still worth it to run, for sure. Now I'm dead. Yeah. I hope they will have some focus on something else, but to be honest, I'm not sure if that's the reason. Maybe they just don't have enough developer power to come up with new stuff in that time frame. I hope not, but it might be the case. I think that's a good reason, Krona, that they don't have the confidence to come up with big changes, because they don't know if it's really the right decision. But in my opinion, if they don't do any changes, it might be even worse, you know? I don't know. It's really hard. Yeah, I really like World vs. World and the reward structure, how it works, that you can just play passively, and whatever you do, you get something. For example, like Sarah says, you can even easily farm your Imperial favor with it. And it's really fun. I totally agree with you there. But in the end, it would be cooler if it's more rewarding, you know, that you have more incentives to win the matchup, because my server doesn't get anything from winning or losing this match. It doesn't matter, you know. Currently we are first, which is good. I get more pips, yes, or second in this skirmish, but still. But that's the only thing, and that's sad, you know. It would be really cool if you said, we have to capture Stone Mist now to get the big tick, and we can win this matchup. Doesn't matter. No one cares. I think World vs. World is quite rewarding. Don't get me wrong. But I was saying more incentives to win the matchup, because now we're just running around and doing stuff. We don't really organize, which is okay. But I think it would be way cooler if you have the option to organize and get rewarded for it, because now it doesn't matter. You don't get more from being organized. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think unique skins or unique stuff to World vs. World is really good, especially if it's really high in value, like legendaries or something. That is really cool. I think they should do this, definitely. So what is going on here? They attack our tower. Okay. Oh, if there was proximity voice chat, that would be so toxic. That would be insane. Especially if it's across server. So if you fight an enemy and in a 1-on-1 as a roamer or something and you win, that would be so toxic. It would be insane, actually. People would be so aggressive and flaming you and whatever. That would be insane. I think that's something they would never even consider. Yes, I think that Arene Legendary Spear would be insane. I really would love it just because of for collection's sake. But I think it will never happen. I have to be really pessimistic here, but I think it will not happen. Yeah, it would be interesting if they, they said before World vs. World is the cornerstone game mode. So maybe they have it to some extent with the, how is it called, with the reward tracks, that you can get stuff that you otherwise wouldn't get, for example, dungeon weapons and stuff, dungeon skins. So there might be a way that they also introduce skins and currencies that you otherwise don't get, because World vs. World is, in the end, the most longevity as a game mode you can get, It has not received any major updates since launch, I would say, in the sense that you don't have more updates, more big changes, except maybe the desert map. That's the biggest one probably. And still people are playing it because it's just a really, really good game mode, It's really fun, it's really unique. Not a lot of games actually can deliver something close to it, so it would make sense to give something unique to it, and maybe even the ability to get some stuff that you would otherwise get in other games. But of course, other people would say, no, we don't want to have that, because then we are a little bit, sad that we play the other game mode. Now other people can get the unique stuff as well. So, yeah, there's always someone that is not happy with it. Guess that's just how it is. Can't make all the people happy. Yeah, I think they will not do it. That's the sad part. With the legendary, for sure. So it looks good that we can contest this tower here. And save it. Very nice. I will try the giveaway winner after we save this tower. So the greens are in as well. All of them are in our tower. Crazy. Yes, I know. I remembered. We saved the tower. Let's go. Last chance to enter this time. Exclamation mark enter in the chat to enter the giveaway. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Thanks for the reminder, Palentio. What do we have now? This one, maybe. This one. Boss 3. Let's see. Yeah, makes sense. Thanks for the follow, Orange Peel. So, your time is up. I'm ready. I will draw the winner now. And congrats to you, Ubu. You won again. Congrats. Please let me know your account name in chat. Just to make sure. Hope you're here. And like I said, always, don't worry. I have way more stuff to give away. So we do more giveaways. Yeah, Ubo, please let me know your account name. I will give you a minute or so, and then we will go to the next and reroll. Okay, I guess they're not here, so that's sad, but that happens. I guess we reroll then. You have another chance. So good guys, hard. Congrats to you. I hope you are here. Let me know your account name in chat, please. Congrats. Yeah, sure. Take your time. You wrote, so you are here. That's good. Thanks for the follow, Croton. Welcome. I will open the next giveaway soon. Don't worry. Here we go. Congrats again. And there we go. So let's open the next giveaway. Give me a second. And it's up. So you can enter. Yeah, sure. Always happy to give something back to my viewers. Exclamation mark enter in the chat. Just have to be a Twitch follower to win. That's the only requirement. And I will draw the winner in around 20 minutes or so. So maybe we can get some more action here. I was really hoping to get some big Zerg fights, but looks like no one is awake yet. But that's one of the things why I like World vs. World so much. You can just run around and come whenever you feel like it's people might be there, and you always find someone, and there's always something going on. So this is a really nice thing to have in a game, to just have permanent action in the competitive modes. It's really fun. I think that's one of the big reasons why World vs. World is so alive, even though they don't get that much updates. It's just because you can always, it doesn't matter how experienced you are, how new you are to the game, you can just join World vs. World and have some fun with the people that are there as well. And it's endless. There is no reason to stop playing World vs. World except you don't have fun anymore. Because there's no content that you get through, so to say. You will always have content because there are always enemies around. It's really cool. Yeah, welcome everybody. Just a reminder, we have a giveaway, exclamation mark enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. But the chances are quite good for you. Only 11 people entered so far. So 9% chance to win. Okay, it's going down, but still quite high chances to win. We have around 50 gold value of skins that we will give away again. Maybe a little bit lower. I think the prices sank because a lot of people actually followed my example and realized that it's really good to open black line chests right now. Even though my video was not very successful in the sense that I did not get any permanent contracts. But that's just how it goes, I guess. If you get comments then in the video description or in the comment section where people say, oh, I opened 10 keys and I got a permanent contract. It feels really bad, you know. If you open 2,000 and you don't get anything, it feels really bad. But I knew it could happen, and I wasn't in for the permanent contracts. I was in for the Blackline sachets. But if you want to know more about this, check out my YouTube channel where I have the video. And tonight I will release the whole calculation, how much gold I spent on the keys, how much gold I lost, the account value that sank after I opened the keys, and of course how much money I made back when I used all the wardrobe unlocks and stuff. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. I researched a lot to make that a really compelling video. Yeah, I actually considered it, but I don't want to say people have to subscribe to win giveaways and stuff, because my channel is quite small and I'm quite new, you know. I started streaming, I think, 1.5 months ago or something. And if I make it so that only subscribers win all the time, it feels like a little bit pay to win. I get the incentive, but I wanted to make content for people and everyone can win without spending money, you know. I don't want people to feel like they are only winning if they spend money. But I get the point, and I might make it in the future if you are if you think that might be okay and it's not a bad thing to do. I don't want to lose your good faith in me, you know. Yeah, so I got a question here from YouTube. Why I need skins in the end. I think Guild Wars 2 is a fun game. Let me answer it a little bit differently, you know. And I like to play the game, but for me, I always have to have a goal, you know. If I would lose the goal that I have in Guild Wars 2, I would still have fun playing the game, but I would lose a lot of fun because I don't know what I'm saving my money for, you know. So my goal that I had until now was to complete the wardrobe. I actually have to be honest, I don't even use the skins, you know. I just want to collect them. I don't even use them. I use one skin and for my character, and I most of the time never change it. So I just want to collect the stuff. And that is, I would say, not everyone understands that, and that is fine. But in my opinion, I like to have a goal, and this is a goal that I can work towards for a long time. So it's fun. Now I have the wardrobe unlocks done, and I have a lot of skins unlocked. I have new goals you will see in the next videos, but it's still fun to do, you know, definitely. Yeah, sure. I mean, I would not do... My streams are not about the giveaways, you know. I hope you enjoy the streams anyway without the giveaways. But at the time, I have a lot of stuff lying around that I don't really use. So I thought, okay, maybe I just do giveaways, you know. In the future, there might be a time when I don't have the skins anymore and I don't really have stuff to give away. Then I will stop giveaways as well. But you are right. I really hope that you are enjoying the content or my talking on stream as well, without the giveaways, definitely. Yeah. Exactly. I think if you play World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, and that kind of games where you have a lot of item gear progression, then the game gives you a goal. But in Guild Wars 2, as soon as you reach level 80, you have to find a goal for yourself or you will quit the game, because there is no incentive to play anything except if you go for skins, if you go for more characters, more whatever. If you find goals for yourself, then you have a lot of stuff to do. But if you are not into that, then you will be sad, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think I have to be honest. I agree that I have really easy time to find goals in games, but in real life, it's way harder to go for this kind of completionist. You know, it's way harder to do this because I think if you go for something like that in real life, it might pay for itself as well. But it's a little bit less, you know, easy to find goals that are reachable, I find. Yeah. Yeah, nice. I'm really happy if you enjoy my stream, and it's also, you know, it's not like I'm playing really hardcore stuff here and going for some really crazy outplays all the time. It's more like I want to interact with you and talk about the stuff I have on my mind, you know. Because I got a lot of people in my YouTube comment section, they want to talk to get my opinion on stuff, and I feel like it's way easier if I stream and just not always write in the comments. In the comments, it's way more, just not that personal, you know, and not that interactive, for sure. Okay, when this is resolved here, this fight, I will draw the giveaway winner. So be sure to !enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And then you have the chance at some more skins. Welcome, Roaming Spirit. Yeah, I think matchmaking is a little bit weird in that sense, since the rework of the alliance or system, you know. I have the feeling I play against the same servers all the time. It's not, I think there are 4 or 5 servers in total, and I play against all of them consistently. There is no no change. I don't care that much, you know. It's not, I just want to have some action and play the game. But it would be cool to have some differences, you know, that you can maybe get one-on-ones with other people, or that you can not only have the same guilds that you're fighting all the time. Yeah, that's just, I guess, how it is. Okay, I will pot back to spawn now.
I'll revive you.
And then I can draw the giveaway. So, !enter, last chance. And let's see who wins this time. Irasi. Congrats to you. Please let me know your account name in chat. I hope you're here. We had so many rerolls already. Yeah, I noticed that there were some people that really ganked a lot as a big group. That's really annoying. That's true. But I guess I can't change that, you know. So, Irasi, if you're here, please let me know your account name. Okay. Looks dire. I think they are not here again. I mean, I tried to make my giveaways really fast in the sense that I not wait to give away something for hours, but people still leave the chat, so that's a little bit sad. So I will give you, let's say, 30 seconds or something. If you're here, Irasi, you won, and let me know your account name. Otherwise, we will reroll. But I guess all of you want to get a reroll, so that's just how it goes, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's a reroll then. Another chance for all of you. And Winslow, congrats to you. Please let me know your account name. I think you are in chat. Yeah, exactly. I think all of you love the rerolls. That's just how it is, you know. Congrats. Let me know your account name. And don't worry, we will do more giveaways. Okay. And congrats. Let me quickly open the new giveaway. And it's up! Exclamation mark end in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And we will draw the giveaway winner in, let's say, 10 to 20 minutes. Let's say 15 minutes or something. Sure, I mean, you can also sell it, but yeah, that's a really nice move for you if you move it to a friend. Really nice. I have a lot of those skins, so if you are frequently here, you might win multiple times and maybe you get a different skin then. But yeah, I like to share as well. That's why I do the giveaways. You know, I could sell all of those, get some more money. I think in total it's around 1 to 2k. But over the course of time, I just want to give them away to you. You know. Yeah. Thanks for. It was not that amazing play, but still, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we can fight them this time. I really like the changes to the defense events, so that you now almost always get the defense event participation, just because you have to be near the tower or whatever you are defending. And if you hit an enemy, you get the defense event. Before it was really hard. You had to kill an enemy, and sometimes there were fights for 20 minutes and you did not get an enemy kill because it was just a standoff. And now it's way better, which is really good because I feel like it's rewarding you for contesting your own stuff, because otherwise it was just, okay, try to cap the enemy stuff and that's it. So I really like it. Yeah. So I played in the morning in the start of the stream. I actually played some PvP matches, and I have to be honest, it was surprisingly good. But if you typically, I would say it's not that good. That's why I went to play World vs World right now, because it's in the morning. Queues on a U feel really bad. Now it's a little bit better, I guess, just because a lot of people want to get into the leaderboards. But it might make it worse as well, because people are win trading or really toxic, so really hard. I actually tried Heal Vindicator, and I think Heal Vindicator is quite strong. It has a lot of heal. I think they nerfed it just a few weeks ago, because the Frenchies were playing it. I think it has one of the biggest heal over time that you can have. So it has a lot of passive heal that you get permanently by dodging and stuff. But also with Scepter and Ventari, it's really a lot of healing that you can get. But the biggest issue it has is it doesn't have a reviving skill. So Chronomancer doesn't have that as well. But Chronomancer has a lot of other tools like stability, like a lot of damage. And the Healing Vindicator doesn't have any damage. It's just a bunker heal support. And you don't have any, so compared with a Firebrand or a Tempest, where you have the Glyph or the Signet, and then you have way more value, you know. If someone goes down on a Vindicator in your team, you can't rest them. It's almost impossible, because you don't have any instant rest. So I think this is the biggest problem. But I totally think it's such a meme build for ranked. It's people don't know how to fight it, because you're permanently dodging on your allies and they don't know how to counter it. And it's your healing in big team fights is insane. You have so much barrier, have so much healing. It's really valuable, even after the nerfs. But I think it's a really fun build, but I think the carry potential might not be that crazy. Yeah. Because if you look at Chrono or Tempest, you have a lot of setup skills as well. You have stability. It's really hard to support your team other than with heals as a Vindicator, in my opinion, you know. And that's it. They will probably just ignore you and try not to fight into you with fair fights, because if you get outnumbered elsewhere on the map, you can't really do that much. As a support, of course, you have to rotate there and then they get more value maybe. So that's just how it goes. So don't forget to enter the giveaway. Exclamation mark enter in the chat. We have a lot of viewers that are not entered, so you miss out on your chance of winning some gold. Very good. You saw it. Yes, I think this is a build that came way more into people's mind. People noticed it way more. That Virtuoso is actually a really good combination with Spear, because you have a lot of invulns as Virtuoso baseline, and then you have the damage of the Spear and the range of your Blade Songs. So it's a really good package, especially if you combine it with Sword Shield. You actually get mobility and blocks as well. So you're really annoying and you have a lot of damage. I think this is a build that we will see way more in the future, if they don't nerf anything else. So yeah, just be aware. I think it's might not. I don't really like Virtuoso in competitive modes, because I feel like the Blade Songs feel really clunky. But I think it's fine if they change stuff up. You know, that we have some Chronomancer before, some Mirage now, and some Virtuoso now. So I think this is fine. But I totally agree. I think Virtuoso will not get nerfed, even though it's really annoying to fight, I feel like. Yeah. So the biggest thing in competitive modes, how you survive as Elementalist, is that you use your elements, and especially your boons that you get. For example, in Tempest, you get a lot of protection via overloads. If you run Arcane, you get a lot of protection when you go into Earth Attunement. So protection is key. If you get bursted and die to it, most often the time is the case that you did not have protection. So you have to be really aware when to swap your stuff around. And also I think it's really important as an Elementalist, because your light armor class with the least amount of health baseline, you have to be really careful with your positioning. So if you play a staff build, you have to play away from the enemy because you're ranged most of the time. If you play a dagger build, you have to be really careful when to go in, when to go out, because you're a melee build. So I think this is really important as an Elementalist, for sure. And I would also say the auras are on all builds right now. Catalyst, you get auras really easily, but also on Tempest, they are really important. They are big, let's say, enabler of your builds. So Shocking Aura is extremely valuable because you can stun the enemy when they hit you. It's really strong, not only as a defensive tool, but also as a power offensive tool, because if they're stunned, you can damage them. But also Magnetic Aura is really strong because you can reflect and deny a lot of damage, or maybe even pressure the enemy, you know. I think it's really hard to say. I think it's really hard. People always say there is some bias towards this. I don't want to be mean to ArenaNet. I think actually they try to do their best, but I think it's really hard to balance Mesmer and Guardian, because either they are really shit or they are really good, because they have just baseline so really good tools that if the tools are not enough to play the build, then it's just not people don't, you know, play it at all. But if you have any reason to play the build because the tools are good enough, then you will run it, you know. So this is, I think, the biggest thing about Guardian and Mesmer. They have such amazing utility skills and baseline tools in the core spec for competitive modes. So yeah, it's just how it is. I think there was a spot, I think 2 years ago or something, where Mesmer was extremely bad. So before the rival release, Mesmer in PvP was extremely bad. So I'm happy that that changed to some extent, because I was a Mesmer main at that time. But I also feel like they should change it more often, so that people that play other professions will at least get some fun as well. For example, Engineer is quite bad at the moment. Don't get me wrong, you can get Platinum easily on an Engineer. If you look at Tsukaya or something, he's playing really well and he's top 10 most of the time. So that's not it. But I feel like Engineer is probably one of the worst specs right now. But I totally agree. I think some specs get way more nerfs and stuff than others. That feels at least like it. But that's just how it is. Yeah, I think Tsukaya is playing other stuff as well, just because Engineer is so bad at the moment. Yeah, I think he plays Warrior and Elementalist as well. Yeah. But I totally agree with Palencio there. Mesmer in PvE is just the powerhouse, the GOAT. It's just, you can play every single role and you can be the best at it. It's insane. So I would say Mesmer in PvE is if you are a new player and don't know which class to pick, I would recommend Mesmer, because Mesmer is so strong. You can play anything with it. That's just crazy. Yeah, exclamation mark enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. You have a giveaway currently going on for some skins. So don't miss out on that. I will draw the winner in a few minutes. Just get some kills here maybe. And then when there is a quieter time, more quiet time, then we can draw it.
This is getting serious.
Okay, I guess we don't get Stone Mist. Really sad. Okay, so now it's time to draw. Last chance. Exclamation mark enter. So I will draw now. See. Orange Peel. Congrats to you. Let me know your account name in chat, please. I hope you're here. So, Winslow, I would say power DPS ref is actually not that bad. I think Palencio is right there. I think you have above at least 41k as a power vindicator. But yes, it's true, it might be at the bottom of the power DPS builds, but if you enjoy the build, why not play it? You know, it doesn't, most of the time, I would say 99% of the cases you can get the kill with a 3k lower benchmark. Why would it change? Oh, just your account name, you know, the thing that is here on your, when you play the game. With all the numbers, sadly. Otherwise I can't send it to you. So I need the numbers as well. So if you have that, yeah, exactly this. So congrats. Very good. No, sure, that's fine. Better ask, you know, otherwise you won't get it. So I will open another giveaway and it's open. You can enter again. Exclamation mark enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And good luck to all of you. Really, you get kicked as a power DPS, Windy, from pucks? That's insane. Yeah, I mean, the CC is really bad, that is true. But really, I mean, if I have a group, I will never kick people for playing a build that is not the best build currently, you know. If it's a somewhat useful build, then I would leave it. It's actually insane. I would not have guessed it, because I really enjoy Vindicator as a power build to play. But I guess people are not really that, you know, open. I don't know. I mean, Virtuoso, power Virtuoso is insane. So that is true. That's currently the holy shit damage. Power Virtuoso is insane. But I mean, the problem is, I would say if you're playing really well on the Vindicator build, then I would say it's very likely that you will outperform all other players in the squad, even if they are virtuosos, just because if you're better than the others, you know. I don't know, you know. You should probably get arc DPS if you really maybe it's not the reason that you're playing the Vindicator build, but maybe your DPS is just not good enough. It might be the case, but
hello there.
I don't know. Thanks for the raid. Thanks a lot. Welcome everyone. So we were just discussing some stuff about PvE actually while I was playing some World vs. World here. So I can't really imagine that you get kicked for playing a not meta spec in raids. To be honest, the only reason why you would be kicked as a power Vindicator is if your DPS is just 10k lower than all the other DPSs in your group. That would be a reason for me to say, okay, maybe you are not good enough. But even then, I would say it's really toxic. I don't know. Yes, I think this is the build that popped up a lot. Is this pistol Deadeye build. Emmy made it popular, Laria made it popular. It's really easy. You just spam your auto attack. It's insane. You can try that out for sure. I would say if I'm playing, and if I'm the commander of a group, I always try to tell people why I think I would want to kick them, you know? Because sometimes if I have a quickness DPS and my quickness in my subgroup is only 10%, then something is wrong. And I tell them, maybe you should improve your quickness. And if they still can't get it done, then I will kick them, you know? But if your DPS is just 1k or 2k lower because you're playing a different elite spec, this is, for me, not a reason to kick you. But if you install arc DPS, maybe you will see in the future that your DPS is way lower, maybe, and you have to improve on that. I think this is really important because most of the time people copy a build and think then you have the DPS, but some builds, for example Spear, Catalyst, it doesn't play itself. It might have the highest bench number, but it's not a lot of people actually are able to reach this. So it's always important to train it on the golem first before you really see, okay, this build is ideally that much damage, you know. So really important. Exactly, I think, oh no, all on me. One of the most important aspects, that's why I always like to play support builds in raids, is if you have all the boons up, then your DPS is not that important because they will just kill the boss after some time. So if you want to carry your group, I would say DPS support might be the best option, or some boon support. Mechanics are always more important than DPS. So if your DPS is shit and the people are doing the mechanics, you will still get the kill after some time. Might take a minute more or so, but that's fine in the end, I guess. Exactly. If you play Mesmer, you don't have a problem. You can play any role and you can carry on any of them. Even on a DPS Mesmer, I was oftentimes on a DPS chrono, a boon DPS chrono. I was oftentimes the top DPS just because I played well enough. And if you're playing DPS Power Virtuoso, for example, you have crazy DPS as well. So you can play any role. It's really good. I mean, sometimes I have people writing me after the fight. How did you do so much damage? You know, I had 10k more damage than the next people in the squad. And I was just saying, yeah, I mean, I just did my rotation, you know, and that's really important to understand. If you play your rotation really well, if you stick to it, and you know also about the boss mechanics, that's so important, you know. For example, if you know that there will be a CC phase, then don't waste all your skills before that. For example, on Slothful, if it goes invulnerable, don't put all your big skills in there. If you know that will come up, then hold your skills. Stuff like that can help a lot. Those are really important tips, I think, especially if you're a new player. But of course, if you're playing a really easy build like the Pistol Deadeye, then that might not be a big problem. Thanks for the follow. Thanks. It's me, Chris. I think there are a lot of different options how you can actually make an easy build, and most of the time you will perform better than a lot of other people that playing the most meta build because they don't know how to use it well. And especially if you have to do mechanics, it's a really mechanic heavy fight. For example, the new raid bosses, for example, might not be that easy for you yet. And if you play an easier build on it, it might just be way better than playing a difficult build that has more damage, might have more damage. You will not reach it, you know, because you have to focus on mechanics. That's just so important to understand in PvE. Definitely. Which is totally fine, you know. I think you have to adjust what build you play to the content you play and how good you are at it. I think that's really important. But I really have to emphasize, if you're looking for a new class to play in PvE, Mesmer is currently so strong. There are so many options that you can play with the Mesmer. You can fill all roles, and you are actually, I think, most of the roles you fill, you are actually the best option. That's the crazy part. So it's really, I would highly recommend it. And I think Spear is so fun to play. It's probably the best weapon they designed, in my opinion. Yeah, Power Chrono, you're right, Proton. Power Chrono is actually not that easy. But if you are talking about Power DPS Chrono, I would not play that. I would always go for Virtuoso. There's no reason to play Power Chrono, actually. But if you're talking about Power Boon Chrono, then yes, I made a build guide about it, and with detailed rotation and stuff, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. Where I explain how to make it really easy if you know what you're doing, so you just watch the video and you should be good. But you're right, it's not easy. For example, the Herald Quickness build is way easier to play. That is true. But in the same sense, I would say it's also way less damage, you know. So if you can pull it off as a Power Boon Chrono, then you will be rewarded for it. But I totally get it if you say that's too hard to play for me. I don't want to concentrate that much. Yes, then I would go for something easy like the Herald build. The Herald build is also really strong because it provides a lot of boon extension. So Rick's Elementalist Spear is really good in PvE with Catalyst. Catalyst is extremely strong with it. In the competitive modes, it's a little bit clunky to use. Because for World vs. World, if you're playing Circ play, the problem is with it, it's most projectile based. And projectiles are really bad in World vs. World. And in PvP, most of the time, all the other weapons are just better. It's just not balanced that well. But in PvE, it's really good. It's a really good weapon. It feels really rewarding if you get out. It feels like a Black Mage in Final Fantasy a little bit, if you played that before. It's really fun. I highly recommend it, yeah. And if you play it well, it has the highest benchmark, I think, at the moment. So it can dash out the most damage. Yeah, but the thing is, if you... let's say this is the Zerg, or the people are the Zerg, and I'm staying here. I have, on my spear, I have all projectiles almost, you know? So that if there is any projectile head up, like projectile reflect, deflect, whatever, you can't get any damage done. So this is the problem, you know? But I would definitely say in PvE it's a really good build. And I agree with you, Croton, before I forget. I think the DPS chrono is extremely fun to play. If you learn the rotation, it's so fluid with spear and you have so much damage. It's the highest alacrity boon DPS that there is currently, and you have so much utility in the sense that you can bring. I did the last raid boss, the third one in the newest raid, and I was playing support DPS, you know, the boon DPS, and I had top CC as a chronomancer, just because, and did still my job as a DPS, you know, it's insane. So it has so much flexibility. It's really good build. But before I forget, I have a giveaway going on. !Enter in the chat for everyone that joined just now. I will draw the winner in a few minutes. And you have to be a Twitch follower to win. And you have really good chances to win. There are not a lot of people actually. Thanks for the follow, Salen. Thanks for the follow. Thanks all. Stocky. And Clown's Face. Thanks all for the follows. Really appreciate it. We will do a few skins. I have let's check what we have this time. This one, maybe. I have a lot of skins laying around from my big chest opening of the Blackline chests. So I can't just repeat myself all the time. I opened 2000 Blackline chests. And those are some leftovers, and I want to give them away. So, last chance. Give you 30 more seconds. Almost 4%, a little bit more than 4% win rate for you. So you have 4% chance to win. Really good. So don't miss out. !Enter in the chat. Last chance. Okay, so let's see who will it be this time. Zarua, let's see if you're here. You won. Congrats. Don't worry, guys, we will do another giveaway in just 15 minutes or so. Congrats to you, Zarua. Please let me know your account name in chat, please. And then we will start the next giveaway as soon as I have the account name. So yeah, no problem. I always like to give something back to my viewers. So congrats. And like I said, I will start the new giveaway. Give me a second. And it's up. !Enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And we will draw the winner in around 50 minutes. Yeah. Thanks for the follow, Futakori. And I think PvE balance is actually in a good spot. Because we were talking about it. Thanks for the follow, I'm Floppy. I think the PvE balance is really... I think you can play all classes to a high level, to all bosses. I think this is a really good thing. But what I don't like about PvE balance currently, or in general I would say, it's not only currently, is that range builds for example, ranged Virtuoso, Conti Virtuoso build, or the Scorch build, Conti Scorch, they are not getting punished for playing ranged. And this is a problem to me, you know? I feel like if you play a ranged build, you have more safety, but at the same time, you should do less damage than a melee build, because a melee build gets punished for being close to the boss all the time, having to dodge all the attacks and stuff. So I feel like balance should consider this. So a Conti Virtuoso that not only has ranged, but also has a lot of sustain, because it can self-heal itself. It has a lot of tools to block, evade, and invuln itself. So this build does almost the same damage, or does the same damage as a Power Vindicator that doesn't have any CC, that doesn't have any blocks or something, and it's not possible to be better with it in most fights because you have some range component all the time. It just feels horrible, in my opinion, that it's not balanced around this. But that's just how it is, I guess. Let's see if the next balance patch, I think it's in February, so it's still 2.5 months out. If the next balance patch is maybe improving something of that, because I think especially for hardcore content like really hard LCMs, Condivirt is just the best option all the time. And I think this is not something that we really want to have all the time, always the same build. I think that is just very boring and it's really oppressive. Let's see if I can get away. I think I'm running in the wrong direction, but maybe people won't follow me here. Yeah, very nice. Yes, Winslow, you're right. The optimal strategy is always to be in melee range to get the boons. This is totally right. But I'm talking about maybe the boss moves. Maybe you have to move because you have to do a mechanic. Maybe you can't stand in melee range because there is some dangerous AoE or something. And then the ranged gets more value, you know? Because you can do the mechanic and still upkeep DPS. So it's all about DPS uptime. So that's why it's so frustrating that you get punished for playing a DPS Vindicator, for example, when your ranged counterpart, like the Virtuoso, just can do the same that you do, but is better at it in every single scenario, you know? That's just what is really frustrating. Let's see if the Willbender and Tempest Willbender nerfs come through, and then I really hope for Viva buffs. I really, really hope. But I was hoping for years for Viva buffs, but they actually nerfed Viva to some extent. That's the crazy thing. They changed the protection trait, and now it's worse. It's crazy. But I guess that's just how it goes. They don't really know what they are doing with Viva. Yeah. I think Valvalus, I actually agree with you. I think builds that are the hardest to play should be the most rewarding in terms of DPS. I totally agree with you there. But I think ArenaNet is actually not agreeing. I think they are not balancing around this. I think they try to make all builds the same damage level. And that's a little bit sad, because Viva will always be one of the hardest builds to play, because it has just the most skills that you have to press, you know? And so if they don't change the perspective so that you don't get, you know, a build that is more difficult to play gets more damage, if they don't change the statement, then Viva will never be the best option, I think, because it's just too hard for what it offers, which is really sad, you know? And you're totally right. I think there's no reason to play Viva right now, because Catalyst and Tempest are just better in every single aspect. And it's not only PvE, actually. It's all game modes. Yeah, so... But that's just how it is. I really hope they will change some stuff big time with the next balance patch. But I have to be honest, it might not happen. The last balance patch was a little bit disappointing, I have to admit. Especially, they did not nerf the really broken stuff. Not really, at least, not really well. And that's crazy to me, because oftentimes if they don't even nerf the broken stuff, there will not be any changes, you know. You have some changes, but not enough, in my opinion. Yes, I think that is a good distinction. I think Chronomancer is the same for Mesmer. Chronomancer is probably one of the hardest builds that you can play for the DPS one for Mesmer, but it's way more rewarding because it gives you so much utility and so much damage. And Viva doesn't have that, doesn't have anything that Chronomancer delivers. So this is true, definitely. I would say actually Chronomancer might not be the hardest elite spec for Mesmer. I think actually Condi Mirage is probably the hardest one to play, just because it has so much really details to its rotation that you have to be aware of and that you know how to make use out of. But it's also not very rewarding because it's not that strong in the current meta. So Chronomancer is the way to go. Or Power Word, I would say. Those two options are really strong. Of course, Condi Word is really good in content where you don't know how to do the mechanics easily and stuff. New content, really difficult content. Yes. Yes, I agree. Of course, only if you're playing X. If you're playing Staff, it's really simple. But the Staff build is not that much damage. It's always the X. But I would never go for it if you're not a really big enjoyer of the build, because it's just not that rewarding. You don't get that much more damage than anyone else. Yeah, that's just how it is. I don't know. I think actually ArenaNet wants to have a DPS Windy viable. I think that is definitely... I think there should be not a single reason why they don't want that. But the big problem is that they just don't know how to balance it really good, you know. In my opinion, you know. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think Mirage is a very good example where you could make a build that is quite easy to play. For example, look at my solo build. I released a video about my Mirage build with Staff, which is really easy for new players to learn, and where you can solo a lot of open world content. Most of it, actually. And if you get that one step further, that you have a raid build that is dealing quite a lot of damage without being too hard, I think that would be an amazing build for Mirage, and people would really enjoy it because it's easy to play and still gives a lot of damage. I think it's not there yet. I think Pistol Deadeye is way better in that sense. But I think they could nudge it in the right direction, definitely. At least in my opinion, you know. I might not be the best one to judge for easy builds because I played the game for way too long to say this is an easy build. You know, I might say Signet Catalyst in World vs. World is easy, and people say it still has so many buttons. Might be not my, let's say, I'm not the best to judge that, but in the end I think ArenaNet has to come up with really good solutions to this problem. Yeah. I don't know. So we'll draw the next giveaway winner now. Be sure to enter. Exclamation mark enter in the chat. Chance to win some new skins. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And I give you 1 more minute, and then we will send it. so we still have only 24 currently entered, so you have quite a big chance to win. So don't miss out. And there is everyone has the same chances to win. You just have to be a Twitch follower. So no subscriber luck or anything. But of course, I really appreciate if you subscribe. But that's it. I think it's time to draw. And who is it this time? I want some water. Congrats to you. Please let me know your account name in chat. And you will get the nice skins here. And don't worry, we will do another giveaway. I think he always wants some water. I think that's the thing, he's very thirsty all the time. Ah, that's also your account name. That's very, very fitting. Very good. Congrats to you. And there it is. Thanks for the fast answer. Really helpful. And we will open the next giveaway in now. Exclamation mark enter in the chat. Sure. I really like to have some presents for my viewers. So that's just how it is. Yeah, exclamation mark enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And yeah. So what did you write? I want to answer that in a second. Yeah, I think actually rival mechanist. I would actually go for spear mechanist. I would say spear mechanist is actually more rewarding in the sense it might be a little bit harder than rival mech, but it's way better DPS. So I would say I agree with you on the low intensity builds. I think all of them that you mentioned are good. So pistol Deadeye especially is probably best of them, but also Core Guardian or also Hammer Guardian can feel really good. I think rival mech is not that good anymore. I think the best one is for sure, if you want to play mechanist, I would say spear mech is actually really good. Don't underestimate how good it is. You have a lot of damage. I made a build guide about it a few weeks ago. And the damage is surprisingly good and it's really easy. You don't just spam your skills most of the time, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry, Winslow. For us in EU, it's morning. So, or midday almost. So. Yeah. But you will, if you listen to my stream, you might not fall asleep. That might happen. Or my voice is so nice and soothing that you might fall asleep. So whatever reason, I like it if you stay here. Yeah. So yeah, I think the best options for power on engineer is hammer most of the time in PvE, and spear is probably the superior choice for condition. Definitely. I think Hammer Guardian is a really good build for new people to get into because a lot of people actually enjoy Guardian in general. I think a lot of people, if you look at the most played class, it's Guardian. So it's a really good spec for people to start into the game if that has a really low intensity build. So that's really nice. And I think the utility Guardian brings is just insane. You know, you have Stand Your Ground, you have Aegis, you have Sanctuary, you have so many options. That's the insane part. So I think Guardian is always a really good spec to play, especially as a low intensity build. I think actually Shark, I think that is almost the optimal build. I think the optimal build plays with 4 signets. So there's that. I think you are definitely correct there. Just a really strong spec. Mechanist is really strong if you don't want to interact that much with the skills and stuff. I think it's really cool if you do some challenges like that where you play only a single class and do all the stuff. I think fractals are actually a good place to do this. In raids, it might be easier to some extent because in raids, oftentimes it's more like the mechanics. If you can do the mechanics, then it's doable. You don't really have a really big problem then. So I think it's really interesting that you managed to do this as a core guardian. But I imagine it's doable. It might not be the most relaxing experience, but it's still fun. Definitely fun. Yeah. Yeah, and I think Roaming Spirit is right. If it doesn't really matter about how much DPS you do. At least if you do the mechanics, you can do almost all content in Guild Wars 2. It just takes longer. That's how it is designed. No, I think what Skywolf is talking about is that Mechanist was just everywhere. You had the Alacrity mech and it was so oppressive. It has so much healing, so much passive. Just it was overpowered in every single sense as a support. And of course there was also the Alacrity build with power, which was just boring. You could leave the keyboard alone and just watch and put your hands up and it would still work because the mech and the rival auto tech was too strong. I think that was a big issue why a lot of people dislike mech, myself included. I'm not a big mech enjoyer. I want to have active gameplay and not an AI running around that does the damage for me. But if you want to play a low intensity build, I think mech is a good option, definitely. Yeah, I think Core Guard is a good build with Hammer, or just Hammer Guardian in general is a good build. Yeah, but I think there are a lot of low intensity builds that are playable in Guild Wars 2. I think people often think, oh, I'm not good at the game, but I have to play a raid build. I think that is just just a big misconception. I think you can play a lot of builds and they will work well, especially in fractals, but also in raids. So yeah, and a lot of people, even the more experienced people, sometimes want just to have a chill build, and I think that is totally fine. So I'm all for it to have more LI builds, low intensity builds. Don't forget, there's a giveaway going on. ! Enter in the chat if you haven't entered already. I think that might be a hot take, but I think Mechanist should not be good in the competitive modes because it feels so boring to play against it, you know. Sometimes you just get hit by attacks from the mech and it outplays you even though it's not active, so it feels really bad. I really dislike AI that is in competitive modes. So I really hope that they will never buff Mechanist in the sense that it's really good and really playable in competitive modes. That's just my opinion. Yeah, it might not be good. I just hope that they will never buff it at the moment. At the moment it's not good, but I hope they will never do it, you know. Yeah. And I actually think that I agree with you, Winslow. I think Ranger pets are also not fun. But at least Ranger pets over the course of time have a little bit more, you know, you learned it a little bit more. And they, to some extent, for example, they nerfed the smoke scale passive attack that was annoying. It was really annoying. Just wanted to say that. That it passively knocked you down for 2 seconds, and if you got knocked down in PvP, it was over. And it was not a skill by the Ranger, it was just passively, you know. So I'm really happy that some of that was nerfed, but I agree, I think the AI of pets is also not really fun to have in competitive modes. Yes, I think Condi mech or all mech specs are actually in lower tier PvP are actually quite useful because people don't know how to play against them because the mech does so much stuff for the enemy that even though the enemy might have the same skill as you, the mech is carrying this player. That might be true, but I feel like that is an issue that they can't really solve, and it might not be a big issue at all because people always will run some minion builds or something because they will just don't want to have the responsibility targeted around their own skill, but the pets try to carry, you know. So that is, I think, fine. But if it's in higher tier, you know, if you have a mech build that is viable in higher tier, let's say gold, maybe even platinum, that would be bad. That would be really bad, in my opinion. I mean, the current Elementalist build is actually using the glyph in PvP. So not the support, but the hybrid build. I think the best pets for Elementalist are actually the Water Elemental, you're right there, or the Fire Elemental. If you're playing the Sage Tempest build, the Fire Elemental is actually also a really valid choice. Just because if you emob someone and then use your attack, it deals around 6k damage or something, and it's an instant cast attack. It's really pretty good. But I'm also not the biggest fan of having, you know, those elementals there because for the same reason, you know, I don't want to have AI that is interfering with my gameplay in the sense that I can't really predict their movement or their skills that easily. Yeah, definitely. I think if it's moving the target, then you won't hit it. But that is fine. I think this is way better than an attack that is just hitting all the time. That doesn't feel like you have a lot of counterplay to it. For sure. So how is my weekly? Very good. I did all of the weekly. Very good. I think Muckeltrock, I think Druid is still in a really good spot. I'm not sure if it's the best. There was a time it was the best healer, but I think it's a really good healer in World vs. World. I would say you have no issue getting into a big Zerg as a support Druid. I think that's actually one of the best, if not the best, support that is currently run. Yeah, so you should definitely give it a try again. It's a really good one. Because they buffed the hell out of your skills, especially the Elite. The Elite is so good. Yeah. You have so much revive potential. It's crazy. Yeah. But I feel like World vs. World support balance is actually quite interesting. You have a lot of supports that might not be the best support, but they are viable. You can play Tempest, you can play Firebrand, you can play Druid. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Okay, Chuck. I think those are... There are so many options for supports, and this is really cool. You know, you don't want to have only one build played all the time. You can play Scrapper, you can play maybe even Scorch, of course, support Chrono. There are a lot of options, you know. But I think the Roaming Spirit is right. Of course, Firebrand is still really good because of the stability it has. But, I mean, all the other options are still valid, you know. That's the cool thing. By the way, if I missed some follows, I'm sorry. Thanks for all the follows. Really appreciate it. Yeah. So I think World vs. World, in this sense, the balance is actually quite okay for Zerg play. So Firebrand, FB is Firebrand, and it's the Guardian elite spec that has the tomes. It's really good because it provides the same stuff that Guardian in general provides with Stand Your Ground and other good utility skills, while still having the access to Firebrand. which is the tomes. So you have instant, almost instant cast stuff that gives you stability, gives you other really good potent heals and stuff. And you're really flexible. That's why this build is so good. Hello, any tips for start learning Elementalist? So it depends on what game mode you're playing, because Elementalist actually is quite different. Currently in PvE, Tempest is a really good build. It's actually not that hard. I also made a build guide about it, so be sure to check that out on my YouTube channel, Power Tempest. But for PvP or World vs. World, I would say there are so many options for Elementalist right now. So you can play some Dagger if you want to have some melee fights going on, like I'm currently playing. But you can also go for some support with Staff. There is for World vs. World and PvP a Staff Tempest build. Currently I'm playing a Dagger Catalyst. Catalyst is really fun because you have the sphere, gives a lot of boons. So in general I would say Elementalist, you have to be aware. You are light armor class, so you're quite squishy. And especially if you play a melee build like Dagger, you can get one shot. That just can happen in PvP and World vs. World. But if you combo your stuff and get protection or use Shocking Aura, then this is not that much of a problem because you can deny a lot of damage that you would normally get. So this is a really important tip. And if you're playing ranged, like a Tempest with Staff or something, you have to position yourself really carefully so that you go on no port spots in PvP where people can't port on you. So you have free casts, so to say. You can easily cast on them without them reaching you. That's really important. So I think Elementalist has a lot of details that can make you really, really good at it. Yeah. So Holosmith for roaming, Ubub. I think the thing is you have to get a lot of muscle memory for this build. Yeah, sure. I'm always happy to help. So you have to get a lot of muscle memory for this build because you are so reliant on landing your all your toolbar skills. So it's really important that you know when to use them, that there are no reflex up, that you're not blinded when you use them. This kind of stuff is really important. And at the same time, I would say your Hollow Forge is extremely important for your damage. The 4, but also the 3. Those are really important. So I would say my best advice that I can give you is you should maybe just play it more. That sounds like a really bad advice, but I feel like you will figure out the burst combo, or there is not a one combo that you can do. It's more like if you are ranged, you do this combo. If you are melee, you do this combo. If you're outnumbered, you are a little bit played defensively or more AoE one. So there are different options, and I think the best way to know all of them is either play it yourself or watch someone that plays it really well. I'm not the one, I don't really play that build really well, so I can't give you that big of a tip, but I think that is a really important thing. So Winslow, when it comes to action cam, I would say it's not that viable in high level play, but Roaming Spirit disagrees with me there. So I would say you can get really high, you can get in Platinum PvP and stuff, but I would say for the most part Guild Wars 2 is not designed as a game with only action cam in mind. But if you're really comfortable with it, it's actually working, I would say. At least to some extent. For example, Staff might feel really bad because you can't cast your skills where you want them to that easily. You know, Staff is really good if you kind of run around and look back and do your skills behind you. And you can't do that with action cam. At least not that easily. Maybe this time. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time we tried it now today to get Stone Mist. Maybe this is the time. I doubt it, but let's see. Yeah, I think action cam, you can definitely use it I think there's not a big issue to stop using it. Only if you want to go for a monthly AT win or something, I think then you should maybe find another the other option to train it and learn it. But I think it's not that big of an issue as people make it out to be. Let's see, maybe we can get it. But I think it's really interesting and really cool that ANET actually implemented this, because it was not in the game at the start of the game. And now we have the option for people that are really into action cam to play it all the time. I think that is really cool. They did not have that at the start, and it might help new people get into the game for sure. It's a really cool option. But like I said, I think there are still a lot of options that should be in the game. For example, customizable UI is probably the biggest thing that should be in the game. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I want some water that they are really reluctant to change stuff that they regarding about face and stuff, because about face is also not only for action cam users. For them, it's obviously not existent. But for people that are not using action cam, you still have... So I'm spamming the button to change my direction, you know? And it has some cooldown actually, to some extent, which is really weird. Why are they so restrictive on that? So for example, if you combine really instant cast abilities and want to turn around, it might not work that well. So that's really weird. It's really weird sometimes. But what I was saying is that I really think they should improve the clarity of the game. So I have so many buffs here. For new people, that might be just be way too much. Even for veteran players, it might be too much to understand what everything is on the bar currently. So I think they should definitely come up with a solution for that problem. But I think that's not that easy. Let's see if they will do it, but... doesn't look like it. I think they will not. They did at least not acknowledge the problem as such, as far as I know, at least. Yeah. I wanted to do a giveaway. So exclamation mark enter in the chat. We'll do another giveaway. You have to be a Twitch follower to win, and we have 1 more minute or so. Let me get some skins. Last chance to enter. Okay, I hope you're all in. And let's see who wins this time. Capfi. Please let me know your account name. Congrats to you. Just write me your Guild Wars 2 account name in chat. So I hope you're here. If not, we have to do a reroll. And don't worry guys, we will do another giveaway. So I give you 1 more minute or so. So Capfi, please let me know your account name and if you are here. Yeah, I think it's a reroll. It might be. You're right there, Babachov. Sad. The people are not here. Really sad. yeah, I mean, I guess another chance for all you. So, last chance, Kapvi. I hope you're here. Thanks for the follow, Mana fan. You can !enter, and then you will be entered in the giveaway. We will reroll, so another chance at it. And let's see. I guess that's a reroll. And it's Rix. Congrats to you. So you actually won. No, all of you that were previously in are just already in. It's just wait. It's just the reroll, you know, not a new one. So congrats to you. And we will do another one. Give me a second. And yeah, it's up. So you can !enter again. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. And yeah, I think good luck to all you. I think our server just stopped playing. Really sad. No one is here anymore. Exactly. If you enjoy my stream and you even get something for it, perfect. I mean, I really hope you enjoy my stream, all of you, and yeah, I'm really happy if I can give you something back. So perfect. I guess that's a win-win then. Thanks for the cheer. Thanks a lot. I guess that's the cheer for the win. Very good. Like I said, I have so many giveaways planned because I have so much stuff lying around, so don't miss out on my future streams, you know, because I just don't want to sell all those skins, you know, if I can give something back to you, so might be worth it, you know. Oh, there is someone. Let's go for some roaming action. How many are there? There are a lot of people. Let's check if we can win. Make it work. 4 people. No, I think that's very unlikely. Sad. 4 people are too much. For this build at least. Yeah, I was saying, I have opened 2000 Blackline chests and I have now so much chunk or so much skins lying around that I don't really know if I want to sell them or if I would really just give them away to my viewers. So I think it's a better option to give them away. But like I said, I really hope that you also enjoy the stream and are not just following to win the giveaway. Okay, so Selen, let me answer that question, but one after the other, okay? So, if you play support in PvP, I think the best option is Trooper Relic, because you play a lot of shouts, all your shouts will remove a condition. This is the best option for Trooper Relic. So how many are there? Let me check if I can. Just let me quickly okay, never mind. I'm dead. This is the best option for support, I guess. And if you're playing a hybrid build, there is actually currently in PvP a Sage Tempest that you can play. For this, there are many options. I have a build video about it where I talk about every single relic that is possible. I think there is Mirage Relic, there is even Rivers Relic, the Misttide Relic from the new patch. There are actually quite a lot of options for this. All of them have their advantages and disadvantages. In World vs. World, it's a little bit different, I would say, because you either run a Celestial Elementalist build, either for Catalyst or Tempest. and or Marauder. Those two are the best options, I would say. And then I would say you can go for Relic of Nyos. You can go for whatever you feel like is better for you, you know. You could go, what are the other options that I really like to use? Fireworks is really strong still. Relic of Iscarin is really strong. I forgot to mention Tempest Heal also has Relic of Caracosa. That can be really good if you're playing with Staff because you have so much blasts. But also Dagger Focus has actually quite a lot of blast finishers, so you can actually get some healing there. Relic of Readership can be really strong to use it correctly. And there are so many options for Elementalist. Relic of Rivers I really like in World vs. World because it's not nerfed. So you get with 50% wound duration, you get 3 seconds of alacrity when you dodge. It's extremely strong. So there's so many options. But I think the best option for Signet Catalyst. So there is the Signet Catalyst build where you have 4 Signets with Written in Stone. The best option there is definitely Relic of the Astral Ward because you get a Condi Cleanse and a Resistance every second Signet that you use. It's really strong as well. And there are just a lot of options actually for relics. For power builds, you can even go with Sarkir's Relic, which heals you. Can be really strong as well. So I'm sorry that I can't give you a single relic that is actually the best. I think the best is not existent in that sense. It's always like, what is the best for the current situation? And that's probably the thing that I like the most about the current Elementalist builds, that they are not written in stone, you know. Sorry for the pun, but they are really fluid. So sometimes this one is the best, sometimes this one is the best. It's not always very rigid. The choices are really open, you know. And therefore I would say just try different stuff and feel if you like it, if it fits in the current game style, play style that you have. So I think there are some options definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I think I really enjoy Elementalist currently in the competitive modes. But also in PvE it's actually quite strong as well. So I think Elementalist is in a really good spot. I think it has not been in that good of a spot in the last 5 years or something. So if you want to start Elementalist, I think this is a really good time to start, definitely. Which is really cool because I feel like sometimes, especially Elementalist is a little bit, you know, people think it's really hard. People think it's a nice spec because it's a mage, so to say. But at the same time, it has so many skills it might be hard to get into. I think it's really cool if it's a good spec as well, because then people feel like, maybe I give it a try, and in the end it's not really that hard, you know. It's just you have more skills than the other specs, but that's it. It's not harder in that sense. So I would really encourage people to play it, you know, because it's really fun. And it has so many different playstyles. You can play support, you can play hybrid, you can play full damage. All options are really valid. Definitely. Don't forget, there's a giveaway ongoing. We only have 16 contestants. So be sure to enter the giveaway. Exclamation mark enter in the chat. So maybe we can guild this guys now. We are playing a little bit more of a defensive build. Should be better. We got him. Very good. So this will be the last giveaway for the day. So be sure to enter it, and it will be a little bit bigger than the previous ones. Yeah, sure. I mean, I am always happy when I hear people want to get back into Guild Wars 2 or play it again, because that's what the game needs. Just more players. That's the most important thing. Especially the competitive modes really need more people playing them. World vs. World is in a good spot, but of course more people are always welcome, you know. Yeah, I think Guild Wars 2, a lot of people that are outside of Guild Wars 2 are not really aware that it exists, and people that play Guild Wars 2 are actually thinking it's one of the best, if not the best MMO out there, you know. And this is interesting because where does this perception come from that no one knows about it? And it's actually true, you know. Why does no one that plays WoW and other stuff now know how good Guild Wars 2 is? It's really sad, you know. So, yeah. But I guess that's just how it is, you know. You never know if people get to see what is ongoing and whatnot, if they are in their own bubble, you know, and don't see what is. Yeah, I think actually that's the big problem, I guess, that Guild Wars 2 is owned by NCSoft, and that NCSoft is known for its bad business decisions, or not the bad business decisions, but really preying on their players and really making games that are not fun to play. Yeah. I agree that the balancing of Guild Wars 2 is actually not the strength of the game, at least in competitive modes. But I hope they will address it in the future. I really hope that they will do that. But, I mean, I can't change it. I mean, I guess I could apply as a balance dev, but I'm very unlikely to get in there, so that's just how it is, you know. Yeah, exactly. I think latency is right. I think a lot of people are just playing the game that they know, which is probably World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, and then they stick to it. You know, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone, even though Guild Wars 2 might be better in some parts, at least. That's just how it goes, I guess, you know. I really hope that I can make some people get into Guild Wars 2 with my YouTube channel and my guides and my streams, that are just people that are on the edge, are not decided, to see what is easily doable, how it looks at the end game and stuff. And I really hope that people learn something and might be, let's say, interested in the game after they see it. And then I try to help with some guides. That's my whole goal there. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. So let's do the giveaway. Last chance, ! Enter. You have to be a Twitch follower, and then we will do another giveaway. So, like I said, now the biggest one. So be sure to be in. And one more minute. Let's see. Don't forget to enter. Last chance. Okay, I guess it's time now. Waited long enough. Congratulations to Chop. I hope you're still here. Please let me know your account name in chat. Congrats. And don't worry, guys, there will be more giveaways in the next streams. I have a lot of more skins to give away. And yeah, Chop, please let me know your account name. Ah, you're here. Perfect. And thanks for the follow, Zaza. Yeah, and I guess that's it for today. Thanks a lot for all the follows or the support. Really had a nice stream. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And hope to see you next time. Be sure to check out my YouTube. Subscribe, follow, you know the drill. I hope it was a nice stream for you. And I wish you a very nice weekend. Hope to see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys.